1985. Turn it up. Remember the 10 rock anthems that ruled the year? 1985 wasn't shy. Rock kicked the doors open with big hooks, bigger choruses, and voices you could hear from the parking lot. These 10 tracks didn't just climb charts. They wired themselves into car stereos, mall food courts, and every late-night drive home. Whether you were there the first time or you're hitting play today, the voltage feels the same. Buckle up. Number 10. St. Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion, John Parr. Movie theme? Sure. But this one built its own legend. British rocker John Parr, working with super producer David Foster, penned a lyric that aligned the film's coming-of-age energy with the real-life Man in Motion world tour of Canadian athlete Rick Hansen, raising awareness for spinal cord research. Released June 13, 1985, it hit U.S. #1 on September 7th and stayed there 2 weeks. Foster's arrangement mixes urgent guitars, glossy keys, and a chorus designed to lift the roof. The track also draws a who's who of session killers on keys and guitars, Toto alumni in the mix, with Parr belting like he's kicking down a finish line tape. Over time, it's become shorthand for grit meets hope, used from late-night talk show gags to sports montages, because the hook is pure rocket fuel. Number 9. Broken Wings, Mr. Mister. Los Angeles session pros turned hitmakers, Mr. Mister pulled off a soft-focus stunner with Broken Wings. Released June 6, 1985, it rose to #1 in December. Lyricist John Lang drew inspiration from Khalil Gibran's novel The Broken Wings, while the band and producer Paul de Villiers crafted a moody blend of reverse cymbal whoosh, shimmering guitar, and satin gloss synths. It's not just a ballad, it's atmosphere. Richard Page's vocal floats above a heartbeat pulse that feels intimate even when it's rattling an arena's rafters. The single's success teed up their next release to go even bigger. Number 8, Money for Nothing, Dire Straits. Snarling riff, satirical bite, digital future. Released June 28, 1985, from Brothers in Arms, Money for Nothing became Dire Straits' biggest U.S. hit, spending 3 weeks at #1. Mark Knopfler co-wrote it with Sting, who contributed the "I Want My MTV" line, melodically echoing the Police's "Don't Stand So Close to Me." The lyric famously came from overheard commentary at a New York appliance store. Knopfler scribbled down the grousing of a blue-collar worker watching rock stars on a wall of TVs. Recorded at AIR Studios' Montserrat, the track's dry, aggressive guitar tone and massive drum-guitar interplay landed perfectly in the MTV era. The Steve Barron-directed video, among the first to use computer-animated human characters, won Video of the Year at the 1986 VMAs, while the song took the Grammy for Best Rock Performance Duo Group. Dire Straits even performed it with Sting at Live Aid the month after release. Number 7, We Built This City, Starship. Out of the lineage of Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship came a full rebrand, Starship, sleek, radio-ready, and aiming straight at mainstream rock. Their debut single, off Knee Deep in the Hoopla, hit U.S. #1 on November 16, 1985, and topped charts in Canada and Australia, too. The song's roots are more serious than the glitter suggests. Lyricist Bernie Taupin and co-writer Martin Page originally penned it as a lament about LA's live music clubs shutting down. Producer Peter Wolf, not the Jay Giles singer, reshaped the dark demo into a synth rock juggernaut sung by Grace Slick and Mickey Thomas. That DJ voice in the bridge, "I'm looking out over that Golden Gate Bridge," is Les Garland, an MTV co-founder and former radio jock. The finished track nods to San Francisco, Airplane, Starship's home base. while Garland's ad-libs toss in other city nicknames, a wink to radio's national reach at the time. The song earned a 1986 Grammy nomination, Best Rock Vocal, Duo, Group, and, decades later, a different kind of fame, topping worst songs lists while never leaving party playlists. Love it or love to argue about it, everybody sings the chorus. Number 6, Home Sweet Home, Motley Crue. Leather, pyro, and a piano ballad. In 1985, Motley Crue did the unexpected with Home Sweet Home, a reflective breather on Theater of Pain. The original single stalled at number 89, but the video, directed by Wayne Isham, mixing backstage life with stage-lit payoff, became an MTV request line crusher, staying on top so long the network created an informal Crue rule to rotate it out after 30 days. A 1991 remix later climbed to number 37. Musically, it's a template. Tommy Lee's piano motif, Vince Neil's raw vocal, Mick Mars's singing lead break, and a chorus that turned arenas into candlelit seas of lighters. The track essentially wrote the playbook for the glam metal power ballad. One countless bands would follow. Number 5, Take On Me, Aha. Norway's Aha didn't get liftoff on the first try. The song was cut in 1984, re-recorded twice, and only the Alan Tarney 1985 version finally exploded, thanks to a groundbreaking video that merged live action with pencil sketch rotoscope animation. Directed by Steve Barron and animated by Michael Patterson and Candice Reckinger, it took roughly 3,000 traced frames and months of work. Payoff? 6 MTV VMAs in 1986 and a number 1 on the US Hot 100, October 19, 1985. Beyond the tech wizardry, it's the song's emotional lift, Morton Harkett's falsetto vaulting into that chorus, that turned a synth-pop single into a global time capsule. The video's cafe chase into a drawn world became MTV iconography, and the single powered the band's debut album, Hunting High and Low. Number 4, Summer of '69, Bryan Adams. By mid-'85, Bryan Adams was on fire with Reckless. Summer of '69, released June 17, 1985, raced to number 5 in the US and has lived forever as a Windows-down anthem. Co-written with Jim Vallance, the tune was almost titled Best Days of My Life, before that now immortal line hardened into the hook. Adams has joked that 69 nods to more than the year. Vallance has countered that it's the era. Either way, the nostalgia hits. Director Steve Barron, yep, him again, delivered a kinetic video that helped the track become a perennial on rock radio and a staple of Adams's live shows. Guitar riffs tight, drums lean, and that raspy vocal doing the heavy lifting. Number 3, What About Love? Heart. After a quieter early 80s, Heart roared back with a reinvention, a self-titled album produced by Ron Nevison and a sound sharpened for arenas. What About Love, May 1985, became their first U.S. top 10 in 5 years, reintroducing Ann and Nancy Wilson to a generation raised on MTV. The song actually began in 1982, written by members of the Canadian band Toronto, Brian Allen, Sharon Alton, with Jim Vallance, before Heart recut it with extra sheen and, fun fact, background vocals from Grace Slick and Mickey Thomas of Starship. The album Heart was tracked at the Record Plant, L.A., and The Plant, Sausalito, then topped the Billboard 200 and went multi-platinum, cementing the band's polished but powerful mid-'80s era. On stage, the song's layered guitars and echoing synths set up Ann Wilson to do what she does best: soar. Number 2, Don't You Forget About Me. Simple Minds. A single drum hit, a distant synth, and the doors of the Breakfast Club swing open. Producer Keith Forsey and guitarist Steve Schiff wrote the song for the film. Simple Minds hesitated at first. They preferred to record only their own material, but were eventually persuaded after conversations with director John Hughes and Forsey. The rest is Teenage Heart History, US #1 in May 1985, and a moment forever fused to Judd Nelson's Raised Fist. It's minimal and massive at once. Jim Kerr's vocal, sitting above echoing drums and moody synths, growing to that chant-along refrain. The song's success kicked the door wider for the band's stateside profile and set up later hits like Alive and Kicking. Even removed from the film, it stands as an outsider's anthem. Number 1, Kyrie, Mr. Mr. After Broken Wings, Mr. Mr. went even wider. Kyrie, released December 1985, took the band to another US #1 the following March. The title borrows from the Greek prayer Kyrie, eleison, Lord, have mercy, and the lyric, by John Lang, threads spiritual urgency through a propulsive neon midnight track. Page and Steve George composed the music on the road. Producer Paul de Villiers kept it glossy but muscular. There's a long-running myth that Page wrote the lyric while hospitalized after an assault. The band has clarified, not true. Lang wrote the words, and his earlier unrelated assault had nothing to do with the song. Video director Nick Morris intercut performance shots with life-on-tour footage, underscoring the "down the road that I must travel" refrain. That's 1985, a year that welded rock swagger to studio sheen and turned radio into appointment listening. From protest anthems in pop clothing to pencil-sketch fairy tales and arena-size prayers, these songs carried big feelings in 4-minute packages. Which one hits you hardest? Drop your favorite 1985 memory in the comments. We're reading them all,